Alrighty, what's up, bro? So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Max Sheriff Dunks, and this channel is dedicated to helping people become super athletic, jump really high, sprint really fast, become explosive, become really strong, excel in their sports. Basically, this channel is dedicated to making people freak athletes. Now, you probably clicked on this video because you want to get more athletic, you want to jump higher, you want to dunk a basketball. That is completely valid, okay? I know this is something that I certainly always wanted to do, and thankfully I can say that I have been able to achieve a lot of these things. So yeah, I'm very fortunate. Now in this video I'm going to literally give you the 5 laws that you need to follow to jump really high. If you can follow this, I can guarantee that you will jump higher and you will definitely probably dunk a basketball and jump really high, and who knows, the sky's the limit if you can follow these 5 laws. So yeah, if you follow these 5 laws you'll jump higher. Let's get into it. First of all, the law of specificity. I'm going to talk to you about max effort jumping, okay? If you want to get better at something, you have to do the thing you're trying to get better at more often. What would a painter do if they wanted to get better at painting? They would paint more. So why are so many of you guys not jumping often? It literally makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. And the beauty of plyometrics like max effort jumping is that they self-intensify, meaning that as you get better and better, the jumps themselves become more and more intense and serve to continue overloading your body and spurring on adaptations. The adaptations make you jump higher. Additionally, when you do a lot of jumping, your technique becomes really refined, and that of course contributes to you jumping very high. Now, me personally, I spent 3 months jumping every single day. And do you want to guess what happened? Yep, my vertical jump skyrocketed. So that should give you some perspective, and truly you should be spending a lot of time max effort jumping. You can also look at things like Wolf's Law, which is sort of about the adaptations in your bones, I believe, when they're under a lot of stress, and if you're not basically doing the activity you're trying to get better at, you're not going to have the right adaptations in your bones and your tendons and whatnot to be able to jump very high. So yeah, you need to be max effort jumping frequently. There's no excuse for not going out and max effort jumping often. You don't even need like a basketball hoop, you just need to try jump as high as you possibly can, and truly from that you would jump very high. So I would suggest going out 1 to 2 times per week, jumping for 1 to 2 hours. Basically aim to get 30 to 50 jumps in minimum. Now additionally, what comes with the law of specificity is doing exercises that are specific to the thing you want to get better at. Those things will have the most transfer. So on the left here you see the position of me in a jump, the knee angle, and then on the right here you see me doing a rear foot elevated split squat. Now as you can see, they're very similar in terms of positions. So if we can get strong in that position on the right, it makes sense that we're going to be better in the position on the left and thus jump higher. So in the weight room you want to be trying to do exercises that are specific to jumping high, because that will have a lot of transfer and it will help you to jump higher. Now we don't want to be doing this year round, okay? In a training program we want to be going from general to specific. General so that we can increase our general capabilities as an athlete, and then you go more specific till you're really specific, and that's where you yield the most benefit, and that's when you'll be jumping your highest. So let's take squats for example. A back squat, a deep back squat, is not the most specific to jumping, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to start with a deep back squat to increase your general capabilities. Then you're going to go into a half squat, more specific and still fairly general, and then at the end you go into quarter squats, which are very specific because the joint angle is very similar. So there you have it. You'll do 2 months, then 1 month, and from that you will jump very high if you can do that. That's simply how it works. And yeah, so that's how you want to do it. Law of specificity, very important. I'd argue the most important. Next, law of progressive overload. So I'm going to tell you an ancient story of athleticism. So it starts with Milo of Croton. Now, Milo of Croton was an ancient Greek wrestler, and I believe he won the ancient Olympic Games multiple times as a wrestler. A very, very impressive athlete. Now, Milo of Croton was tasked with carrying a bull up and down a mountain every day, and it started as a baby, as you can see on the left. Now, the bull grew bigger and bigger, right, from a baby to a full adult. But this was slowly, and as this happened, Milo got stronger and stronger because he was having to carry this bull up and down the mountain every single day, and he got the adaptations from that. And the intensity slowly increased, right? Till eventually Milo was able to carry this full-grown bull, really heavy thing, right, up and down this mountain. And as a result, he was really strong, and that contributed to him being able to be an incredible wrestler. So this is literally just a story about progressive overload. If you can progressively overload the weight, the intensity, whatever it is, the volume, if you can progressively overload that, you're going to increase your capability as an athlete. Just like how Milo was able to become stronger, you'll be able to create adaptations that will help you become more athletic and jump higher. So there's two main ways you can progressively overload. You can increase intensity, which is the weight on the bar basically, or volume, which is your sets and reps. Now generally in an athletic program, we want to be going from high volume, low intensity to high intensity, low volume. You can't do high intensity, high volume at the same time because that's way too much load and you'll get injured. So yeah, just remember that graph, yeah? Start off intensity low, end intensity high. Start off volume high, end volume low. And what this does is, at the start, when you're doing lots of volume, it increases your general capacity, your work capacity, and you get in really good volume, which can help, muscle hypertrophy, that kind of thing. And then eventually you end up with high intensity, which is obviously conducive to high power outputs, high strength outputs, that kind of thing. So I know I've sidetracked a bit here, but that's some really good knowledge for you to apply into your training. But yeah, generally progressive overload. If you stay at the same weight, same volume forever, you're not going to improve, right? So yeah, you need to progressive overload. That's how you're going to get the adaptations that will help you to jump higher. Next, law of diminishing returns. Okay, the same workout will work less over time. So you'll start off, let's say you do back squats. It's going to work really effectively. And then that will slowly taper off. Then you'll reach diminishing return, which is where you can't get any better. And if you keep doing it forever, you'll get negative return. And eventually, you'll end up worse. So you need to really, really consciously think about this. An example I want to give you is, think about the first time you went to the gym. The day after, your muscles were probably very sore. Okay? Very sore the day after. Now, as you kept going to the gym more and more, the soreness became lesser and lesser. Okay? And that is the way I like to see the law of diminishing returns. Because at the start, it's something your body's not used to at all. And then it slowly gets more used to it. And if you keep doing that forever, you're going to get worse. Now, this is defeated with the law of variety. You need to do different exercises with different variations, right? As a general rule of thumb, don't do the exact same thing for more than 2 months. It can still be similar For example, you don't want to back squat every single week forever, but you can dabble in front squats. Now, front squat and back squat is fairly similar, right? But it's only slightly different that you can have variety. So yeah, you'll do back squats, then for 2 months, then do front squats, then half squats, then leg presses, belt squats, pistol squats. Then you can even do like pause squats, quarter squats, half squats. There's so much variation that you can do. And yeah, you can do like long eccentrics, isometric pauses, jump squats, all this kind of stuff that you just need to have variety so that you can basically shock your body into adapting, and then from the adaptations you're going to get stronger, and then when you get stronger you'll jump higher. That's how it works. So you need variety in your training. That's one that's very slept on. People swear by doing the same thing every single week, but yeah, then you reach diminishing returns and you start to get worse. Yeah, so variety is really, really important. This is one that I don't think is known well enough. Same with the law of diminishing returns. Not enough people understand that if you do the same thing forever, you're gonna stop getting as good from it, basically. So yeah, really, really important this is. Next up, law of individuality. You need to understand that everyone's is different. Everyone's going to have a different response to different exercises. Okay? Let's have a look at this example. So the workout is back squats 3x5 at 80% 3 times a week for 1 month. Athlete A, their vert increases by 3 inches, and athlete B, their vert increases by 0 inches. This is not to say that back squats are bad. It's just that everyone has a different response to the same workout, because everyone's different. Now, don't let this affect you, okay? Just because you don't get the same response from said workout as me or someone else doesn't mean you're a bad athlete. It doesn't mean that you're hopeless. It doesn't mean it's all genetics. Because what that means basically is there's a different exercise that's going to have incredible results for you, okay? Chances are, if back squats don't give you the adaptation, something like split squats might do, or hip thrusts, or deadlifts, whatever it may be, because everyone's different, yeah? You'll have different adaptations from different things. Just bear that in mind, and don't get disheartened if you don't see incredible results when people online said you were going to have incredible results from certain things. So yeah, just bear that in mind. The law of individuality is very important. I'd just like to ask you, don't you think it would be worthwhile if you could increase your vert massively, become a freak athlete, jump really high, sprint really fast, be really explosive, have an insanely quick first step, be the best player on your team, win all the awards, just be winning all the time, just being super explosive? Don't you think it'd be so cool if you could do that? Don't you think? We have a program literally made for people just like you who want to transform their life, transform their athleticism, become super explosive, jump really high, sprint really fast. It's made for people just like you. But what? What if it actually worked? What if you could actually become super duper athletic, become a freak athlete, jump super high, sprint really fast, literally beat anyone in a race, jump higher than anyone, throw down dunks every game? That would be sick, wouldn't it? So yeah, we have a 12-week program literally for you, and I think it'd be so worthwhile if you could do that. But yeah, you don't have to do that. But if you're interested, if you think it'd be super worthwhile, just like I do, I think you should check it out. And yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope this can change your life and your athleticism forever. And yeah, please make sure to check out the training program, because that will be super worthwhile for you. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe, like, comment if you have any questions, and yeah, just let me know, because I am, yeah, feel free to ask questions.